Hi Tanuj and Divya. Welcome to India today. So good to see you guys after a long time.
Hi
Thanks.
Nirali, it's great to be back. Always good to be here.
Yeah. But before I start asking the questions and we go with that drill, I want to really appreciate that the trailer of Abhay 3 looks very promising. The another aspect about the trailer is that it has done it has generated a curiosity factor, and it seems like an edge of the sit thriller.
I think you're bang on. I think that's exactly the response that we were looking for, that the makers are looking for. It is an established franchise. It's now in its third season. So there are obviously a lot of expectations, as well as people have a certain desire from what they want to see Abhay do, the kind of lunatics they want him to come across and stuff. So Divya and me are just really happy to be part along this ride, this adventure. And hopefully once it starts streaming from the 8th of April on Z5, you guys will be more than satisfied. Yeah, 3 times the fun, 3 times the go and kills and craziness.
Yes, absolutely. Divya, what's been the response that you have personally received after the trailer of Abhay 3 released?
For me, I mean, I was pretty excited when I got the call for this project. I was pretty excited that, oh my God, Abhay season 3. This is a brand of Z5, which is, I think, one of those first web series, which came into the highlight, and, people were talking about it. It's a crime thriller web series, and I still remember, my family used to watch it. So when I got a call for this, I'm like, it's a brand, it's a responsibility, but I was very much thrilled to get into it. And when I heard the character Harleen, when I heard the character Kabir, and then when I heard that they are trying their level best to get Tanuj Virwani on board, and then I messaged him that Tanuj, it's me, we have to do this, and we've done one project, and this is the second one we are supposed to do. And super sweet of him to adjust everything around, and magically everything was around. Everything around was pretty much set. And then we started off this project. Then the trailer came out. When we were shooting, when you're shooting a project, you realize where this is going to go. Yeah. While shooting, Tanuj and I had this affirmation that yes, this is going to do well, because the kind of chemistry we had, the kind of banter we had, the kind of the entire, when you take a project, you see all the aspects, like the director, the label, the main lead, everybody around. So all the characters and the project as a whole had so much, like it was like a 5-course meal.
Yeah.
Be like, "Arey, ye to pakka hazam hona hi hai. This is going to be great." And when the trailer came out, when we had our individual trailer, I was so excited, and you can see the depth of the character. There are some glimpses where you can see the character is crazy. So the response is great. And after Cartel, I think this Abhay is that project which will make me feel like ये दिव्या को क्या है ऐसे आड़े टेढ़े रोल select करती है.
Like how many shades of grey does she have? Like seriously,
that's like my alter ego working.
Yeah.
That's lovely. But just as you mentioned, Tanuj, the 2 seasons have been out already and they have been successful. Do you guys feel there's an added pressure, added responsibility to live up to people's expectations?
Yes, a lot of pressure, a lot of responsibility, but not on our shoulders, on Kunal Khemu's shoulders, on Ken Ghosh's shoulders, and on Z5 shoulders. हम लोग के लिए तो ये पहला सीजन है. हम लोग तो इन लोग बेचारे 3, 4, 5 साल से बढ़ाते जा रहे, ग्राउंड फ्लोर, 5वीं फ्लोर, then now finally they've reached the penthouse. हम लोग बोले कि अच्छा penthouse, चलो दरवाजा दिखाओ, अंदर जाते. So for us is no pressure, because as far as Divya and me are concerned, it's like season 1 for us, right? Because we've just joined the show, and it's also kind of reassuring to join an already established franchise, because it's such a well-oiled machine. Like even if you look at the technicians, the crew, the cast, all the returning members, the sync and just the vibe on set. You can tell that these guys have been doing this for a while, and they know exactly what they're doing, and they know who, where, and what their audience is. Right. When you're making content, you can't just have dil chaha ki ye banao. You need to know ki hum kiske liye bana rahe. You actually have to give the audience what they want, and that is what the makers of Abhay have understood. Like you can see, like, there's proper connective tissue between season 1, season 2, and now season 3. It does not look like 3 separate shows. Sometimes that also ends up happening. So for us, no pressure at all.
No pressure at all, and we're just trying to be the
we're just really happy to be along for this ride, and hopefully just like the audience and the critics alike have embraced with open arms so many of the new characters and some of the new crazy villains in the past seasons. We hope to add to the rogues gallery and bring something fresh to the table, because this is, I'm not saying because we're on this show, but like you have most certainly not seen Divya and me in such an avatar before.
Yeah.
So hopefully, yeah.
The character being influencers is so in right now. Like influencing is like every second story we know, or whenever we talk about social media, influencers play the most part of it. Like right. So very in right now, and to think around a script like that, I think that was brilliant, and it's bang on time. Not too early, not too late. When people have generally. They have an idea of what influencers are, how they earn, what they do, what they offer. So I think it is very much in time. So when we heard the script, we were like, yes, we have to do this because, and we would look like good influencers, right?
Yeah, you do guys look like that?
Yeah.
But also since you guys were new to the series, how were you guys welcome on the sets like, and how was the first day for you both?
First day, so actually, just the schedule and the way the first day was structured for Divya and me, we didn't have any work together. So I only met her offset. Like I think I met her in a van and stuff. We didn't act together. So I was like, but then I got to act with Kunal, who is an amazing actor, an amazing co-star, very, very supportive, very welcoming of the fact that both of us were new to the show. Not for a second did I feel कि हम तो पिछले 4-5 साल से यहाँ है, तुम तो अभी आए हो. We did not feel like that, So it was an amazing feeling, and I think Divya and me really hit our stride when we got to Lucknow for the Lucknow schedule, because it's a Lucknow-based show. Most of the show was shot there on location, and it was just like reuniting with an old friend, honestly, because we've worked together in the past. We worked together on Cartel. Now we're doing this, and it's there's something joyful about getting to collaborate time and again with people you admire, both for their work, and their work ethic, and as well as people who you can proudly say are like very, very dear friends of yours. So yeah.
How was your experience, Divya, working with Kunal, reuniting with Tanuj? How was the experience like?
Reuniting with Tanuj was so strong. Like the message of the universe was so strong. We just got a project within a year. And
crazy, yeah.
While shooting for Cartel, I remember it was one of our last meetings in Cartel, and then we enjoyed working with each other so much.
Yeah.
That was like Tanuj actually, met my personality first and then my face. It was a year he did not see my real face. Nobody actually saw my real face on Cartel. So it was like, that assurance of, yes, that person loves your personality, that person loves your vibe, and you love it back. So I think while parting ways in Cartel, we are going to work together very soon. And that formation in the heart.
You just got to send positive affirmations into the universe, and it just reciprocates. And
destiny played its part.
Yeah, and I think the intensity was the same from Tanuj's side and from my side. Yeah. And when we came back for Abhay, I think मैं और Tanuj ऐसे हैं, if we just meet, we just start laughing. We don't know why. We just look at each other, we start laughing.
We are very annoying to a third person. Like we have a blast, but to like other people, especially if you catch us on a flight. Yeah.
Oh my God. So our conversations don't end. Like people from the Z5, they're like, आपके interviews थोड़े ज़्यादा लंबे हो रहे हैं. But we don't stop talking when we are together. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Reuniting with Tanuj on a personal level, everybody knows Tanuj as an actor, as in a professional life. There are hundreds of people working along with him every different day. So everybody knows that he's that actor where you want to work with him again and again and again. But apart from that, I think his personality, the way we are, our bond, everything makes me just feel like इस बार तनु हमने बोला यार कुछ और रोल भी करेंगे अभी एक और साथ में कुछ करेंगे like probably we can do कल ही हम लोग बोले थे भाई बहन वाला siblings
Shah Rukh and Aishwarya from Josh
and Shah Rukh from Josh or probably, you know, Aishwarya and Shah Rukh in Mohabbatein. Like,
Arey,
we
arey.
went from here to here drastically.
Drastically, he's playing the violin already for you.
It's all natural to us.
That's
Yeah.
great. But also, if I have to ask you guys, what is your one takeaway from Abhay 3?
My one takeaway from Abhay 3 would definitely be understanding the psyche of a killer. You know, so often we have typecasted heroes and villains both in our society as well as in our films and in our content. I feel a show like Abhay almost humanizes the villains because you understand that in their world and in their head, they are the heroes of their story. They have their motives. Whatever my character Kabir is doing, he's doing out of love for Harleen, which is Divya's character. So for him, he doesn't think he's twisted or he doesn't think he's frowned upon. He just doesn't want to get caught because he feels maybe society is wrong and they will not understand. But it's amazing, and I think by and large that's what the beauty about acting is, that because we get to don so many different hats and play these amazingly different characters, you know, you understand so much about how complex the human mind is. So I think that would probably be my greatest takeaway.
What about you, Divya?
For me, you know, Tanuj is at a stage in life where he can, you know, differentiate. Oh, ये show से मुझे ये चाहिए, ये show से मुझे ये मिल रहा है. I'm at a stage in my life right now is I'm only looking for validation, probably validation of my belief that I have done well, validation of things like have I performed well, are people liking what I do, is my hard work going in the right direction, and all of these thoughts, you know, it's more about personal growth, Abhay, for me, because I knew this would add a lot in my kitty, and it's just the beginning right now. Even though I started way back, but then, you know, I've come a long way, and then this at this point, I think from Abhay, I'm only gonna take you know, the memories which made me grow as a person, like and also as an influencer. This character is about influencing. So there was a point in life where I had to go against my will to say things, and it was very heart aching, like oh my god, these things are coming out of my mouth. And because Harleen is an influencer, it just magically, it just like crazily used to clash in my head. So all of those personal goals, you know, keeping my acting, giving it a priority, giving it more weightage, and leaving aside myself. So this is like a learning process. I'm learning a lot through this, and working with guys like Tanuj, Ken, Kunal. I think these guys are so warm and welcoming. Not many actors are, by the way. Like when you enter the industry, when you start working, not many are. But probably these guys are those ones जो तुम्हें बोल देंगे मुंह पे कि you know this is not right. You know what you're doing is not right, and I appreciate that kind of people. So honestly, it's a learning process for me, and I hope that people have liked it. And let's see what Abhay 3 has gotten for me.
Absolutely. But also, when you guys started your respective journeys in the showbiz, what were the initial hardships that you had to face in order to, you know, reach the position where you are today?
I had to get as far as possible from the very large shadow of my famous mother, because you know, a lot of people think that being a star kid is good for. I don't like that term. I don't like it, but I'm using it so that people understand where I'm coming from, and the point I'm trying to make is that I often think that having a famous parent or someone who's been an intricate part of the film industry is actually a double-edged sword, you know, like of course there's more recall value. Maybe directors, actors, producers will grant you an audience out of respect for your parent, but after that it's like you're at -10 compared to someone who's not from the fraternity, and then you have to like really prove to yourself and prove to the world that you're worthy of all of that attention. You know, we don't ask for attention when we start off. I just came as a regular guy. I remember. So and unfortunately, because I did not have the rosiest of starts, the first couple of years were particularly difficult. I did 3 films, none of them worked at the box office. Next thing you know, you're like unemployable. People think, oh my god, he's like in box office prison, he's box office poison, don't sign him on. you know, XYZ. And at that time, we didn't have the cushion of the OTT platforms. There was nothing called a web series. You had film, you had television. And and as you know, there always has been a clear demarcation. You know, right now the lines are a little more blurred. That TV actors can do films, film actors come and do television. You know, in different capacities. So that was a struggle. After a point, I'm like, you know what? I'm so stressed on set all the time because I'm constantly trying to make people happy and prove to people that I deserve to be here and I deserve to get these opportunities, and I'm not enjoying the journey. So I'm like, just start focusing a lot more on the process. Don't focus too much on the results because there are a lot of variables that are not going to be in your hands. All you can do is work hard, put your head down, be truthful in the moment to whatever emotion you need to portray as a character, and leave it at that. And the moment I started doing that, obviously it happened gradually. It didn't happen overnight. I started enjoying my job a lot more. It didn't start feeling like work. I would feel a lot more. I felt a lot more connected to everything that I'm doing. And then slowly karke, things started falling into place. So yeah, that's my takeaway so far.
And what about you, Divya?
For me, I wanted to get into this, but I tried various ways, you know, because it's as I said, like if you compare Meera and Tanushka life, the struggles and the emotions and everything are the same, but the situation is so opposite. It's so opposite. I can't even imagine. Like for me, when I started off working, I tried like okay, I was a choreographer, then I was a background artist, then I was I used to be the assistant director, then I tried modeling, I tried everything to just just be into this circle and just learn, observe, know more. The problem which I faced was first was the part where people don't believe in the very first when you tell them or when you audition. There are other factors running in your head, there are other things running in your head. It's very difficult for a person to trust you that much initially, that if you can pull it off or not. And once you get it, it's very difficult for you because you are a new one, you are the experienced one, you have to prove yourself more. Because I don't know if this will be my last chance. I don't know if people are watching and they're only relying on this particular project, and then you don't know what happens next. They might like your work, they might would want to call you back. What if they don't like your work? You're doomed, you're gone. So that fear, it took a very long time for me to overcome these kind of fears in my heart. And it was just like, okay, believing in myself, I have to kill it, I have to do it. I don't have any other option, right? So I just started putting all my energies into my hard work, into my positivity, and that's where I am. And today I can call myself as somebody who's very secure with what I know what I want. I know what I can do. And I think it has grown me as a person. So I'm kind of happy with the struggle when I look back at it, and I'm like, these are the life lessons that I wanted always.
Yes.
Absolutely. But you guys do have a long way to go. This is not just the beginning. It's like a phase where you are just shining and rising through with the projects that you are doing.
Thank you, Nirali. Thank you for saying that. It's extremely gratifying and at the same time encouraging for both of us. Where I would like to imagine both Divya and me are still fairly early on our journey in this industry, and there's a lot to do. So it's really nice that someone in your position is actually saying this. So yeah.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
you, Nirali.
Thanks a lot. All the best for Abhay 3.